Hello and welcome to Unacademy IAS, a one-stop destination for all the English medium civil services aspirants. Today morning, the prosecutors in New York, United States of America, have indicted Mr. Gautam Adani and seven other executives from two private sector companies in India for being involved in a bribery scam. According to the papers, these eight executives, including Mr. Gautam Adani, were involved in providing bribes to the extent of $250 million to government officials, and as a result of this, multiple projects have been allocated to them, which would be leading to a lot of profits for these companies involved. In this video, let's try and understand what are the charges which have been leveled by the USA prosecutors, what would be the likely outcome, and more importantly, I'll be addressing one question that most of you might be having, that is, why is that the prosecutors from the United States of America are looking at the transactions which are happening between a government official as well as a private sector company, both of them from India. But before I start the discussion, if you like this initiative and many other initiatives that we are taking for the students, do hit the like button. And if you yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly do it right now. Now, according to the papers, the issue is something of this nature. Under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, which functions under the Government of India, there is an authority or there is an entity. The name of this authority is SECI, Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited. This entity acts as a middleman between a private sector company as well as the state-owned distribution companies. And when I say a private sector company, here the two companies which are involved are one, Adani Green Energy, and the second one is the Azure Power. Now, certain points before I go forward in regards to Adani Green Energy. The Adani Green Energy is one of the 10 companies within the Adani Group of Enterprises. This company went public back in the year 2017, and this company, according to the yesterday's data, had a market capitalization of 2.24 trillion rupees. And when I say according to yesterday's data, it was 2.2 trillion rupees. Today, the share prices of these companies have taken a hit. That's the reason I'm taking the data from yesterday. Now, what is the issue involved here? I said the SECI will act as an intermediary or a middleman. And what is the role of SECI? There are multiple infrastructure projects within energy segment that are supposed to be implemented. And there is also need for the distribution companies owned by the state governments to procure and supply electricity. So there are multiple discoms from states such as Chhattisgarh, from Jammu and Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, or even for that matter Tamil Nadu, etc., for which SECI is basically acting as an intermediary. In essence, SECI procures electricity, allocates tenders which are supposed to be developed by multiple companies which are present in India. Now, according to the USA prosecutors, these two private sector companies, that is Adani Green Energy as well as Azure Power, have provided a lot of money in the form of bribes to the government officials here, and in return multiple projects, that is power projects, have been allocated to these two entities. And as a result of the allocation of these projects, these companies would be making profits to the extent of $2 billion in the next 20 years. And mind you, whenever power projects are allocated, these projects generally are of a longer duration. For example, a discom enters into a power purchasing agreement, it doesn't enter for 3 months or 6 months. It generally enters into this agreement for a much longer duration. Now, this is basically the allegation or the charges based on which indictment has been provided by the USA prosecutors. Now, coming to the point, which most of you might be thinking, sir, if this is happening in India, what are the USA prosecutors doing here? Why is that a USA prosecutor is looking into transactions which are taking place wherein both the parties which are involved are from India. The reason why USA prosecutors are involved in all of this is the Adani Green Energy in the last couple of years has raised multiple amounts of billions of dollars from rest of the world. No doubt they have borrowed heavily from even the Indian market, but in addition to the Indian market, it is said that the Adani Energy has raised over $2 billion from the global investors. And not just this, the same company was also supposed to be conducting, I'm saying supposed to be conducting, that is, today itself, it was supposed to sell the bonds to the extent of around $600 million in the USA market. Following the indictment that has been announced by the USA prosecutors, this proposal to issue bonds worth $600 million in the USA has been called off. So these are certain very important things that you need to understand or you need to make a note of regarding what is the issue, why Mr. Gautam Adani has been identified, has been indicted along with many other executives. To be very precise here, the executives from both of these companies, totally 8 in number, have been indicted by the USA prosecutors. We are yet to see any kind of a response to be issued by the Adani Group of Enterprises. But as a reaction to this indictment, already the stock market has taken a hit. Especially shares of these companies also have taken a hit. Many of the investors are worried about the value of their investment and the possible erosion that it could cause. And moreover, one more very important point to make a note of here is, this is not the first time that there are certain allegations which have been made against the Adani Group of Enterprises practices. Last year and even before that, the short selling company Hindenburg also had raised certain concerning issues, or let's say the practices which have been followed by Adani Group of countries, which can be called as shady or illegal according to the Hindenburg research. So we will have to wait and see now what will be the reply given by the Adani Group of Enterprises, what will be the role of Government of India in order to contain the likely impact of this particular news on the Indian market. So that's it from my side in this particular video. Again, to reiterate, if you like this video, do hit the like button, do provide your valuable inputs in the comment section below. And if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly do it right now. Thank you. Take care.